Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. We thank you very much for watching this show. In fact, our last video was really going viral as we asked you to do. You shared it a lot with your friends, and so many of them watched it, and so many of them actually subscribed to our channel. So this is really great. We're on the move. If you keep doing this, before you know it, we'll have a very, very big audience, and the whole world will know what you are thinking. In fact, there's so much news breaking out in Africa today, and we're going to divide our show of today into two parts. Part one is going to be a news roundup, and part two is going to be titled Coup d'etat, a gift for Paul Biya and Sissoco Ayuktabe. So we're going to do a news analysis on coups that are taking place in Cameroon. First, we'll go to the news roundup. Over a year ago, we did a feature on Liberia. When President George Weah was inaugurated, we praised him and we outlined some of the things that he was doing well, which we thought would take Liberia to the next level. Before his ascendancy to the presidency, Liberia was having a whole lot of problems with corruption. The currency was on a free fall. Liberians were educating us on what was happening in their country. Interestingly, if you watch some of the comments on our YouTube channel, some Liberians were criticizing us, telling us we don't know much about Liberia. Well, the events that have been taking place in the last few days have really made us become victorious, because whatever we predicted is really happening. Because soon after we did a video on Liberia, many Liberians started contacting us to let us know what was not going on well. They had a lot of hopes for President George Weah. They were thinking that President George Weah would translate his football skills into political magic. But that has not happened. It looks like he has lost his golden touch. After he became president, it's not really been long. In fact, it's just been about a year since his presidential inauguration. But most of the Liberian news guys have been contacting us. They have been sharing intimate information with us, showing us that Liberia is not really going on well under George Weah. So many problems. First, in less than a year, this guy has amassed so much money. He himself is very corrupt. He's taking their money. When you look at the situation where they said 120 million notes for such a small country, 120 million just disappeared out of thin air, just like a magical sleight of hand. How did that happen? In fact, when we heard about this, we said to ourselves, for such a small country, how can something like this happen? Because if it happens, it's just going to take the country down the path of poverty. And that's just what is happening. The World Bank had predicted the development percentage of Liberia to be 4.7, but as we speak, it has been revised to less than 0. So when this happens, the people are suffering in the streets. Even common goods are not available for the people to consume, which is why you see the streets filled with people. African presidents have to start learning that the people cannot be silent anymore. The people are learning about their rights, which is one of the reasons why we're educating people on shows like ours. We want them to become more militaristic, to take the power into their own hands. People have the power. We want them to know that they have the natural power that God has given them to protest against the government. The time that they will use military to kill them, thinking that they will back down, is over. So now the world has changed. We're living in a brave new world, so the people can really protest, and their voices will be heard all over. In fact, when the protest started in Liberia, before it even started, I had Liberians who called us and were telling us what was going to happen. Okay? We watch all their shows and we know exactly what was going to happen. So when it happened, it did not really take us by surprise, which is why we're telling you that there's a method in the madness you see outside today. Too many people protesting. The same people who were joyous, thinking that George Weah is going to come and become their savior. It has not happened. And this is a sad story of African power. You take power thinking that you will help your people, but after you take power, you start thinking about yourself and your immediate family. So this is wrong. So we tell Mr. George Weah to try to see what he can do to solve the people's problem. Though we see it, if he doesn't change very fast, a coup d'etat is coming, because we know Liberia very well. So before it happens, we always warn you and give you the intelligence, because we receive a lot of intelligence on the ground. And we think that if George Weah doesn't pay attention, something terrible will happen to that country. He may be out of power soon, because he's very, very unpopular, to say the least, which is why you see the streets of Liberia are filled with a lot of people. Okay, after Liberia now, we want to take it to Sudan. In Sudan, the people made a peaceful revolution, thinking that they're going to gain power, but the military played tricks, using their guns, killed a lot of people, and they seized the power from the people. So since then, there's been a power tussle in Sudan, okay? The people are fighting to take back power. The military establishment is trying to take the power and keep it. And this is not what the people fought and died for in the streets. So the people have been very, very frustrated. They have been telling their military leaders to step down. And finally, the African Union, for the first time, made a statement suspending Sudan from the African Union. That was a good move, but we wish the African Union were more than just a toothless bulldog. We wish it were a lion that can bite and kill. So that way, most of these dictators will be afraid to do wrong things to their people. When you watch what is happening, Abiy Ahmed, the president of the PM of Ethiopia, he went to Sudan and tried to see how he could really solve the problem. But the Sudanese military establishment ended up arresting most of the protest leaders and deporting them to South Sudan. Is that a good sign? No. This just shows you a people who are tired of dictatorial governments that are bent on squeezing power out of their hands. So what we see in Sudan is a demonstration of people power, and we salute the Sudanese. And that's good. Keep fighting for freedom. One day you will get the freedom that you seek. Then next, we'll move to Mali. Mali is also a country. We've reported on Mali and Niger quite a few times. This area is very, very close to Libya. And you know that all is not well in Libya as we speak. Since the killing of Gaddafi, a lot of warlords have been juggling, fighting for power. And that has kept the whole area unstable. Then it has also increased the whole spectrum of terrorism. A lot of terrorists are making a living just by taking advantage of this instability in the area. So in Songa village, a few days ago, over 30 people were killed by these terrorists. And so stability is not going to come to Mali if the government doesn't really engage most of these people you call terrorists. I just see them as people who are disgruntled, and the way to solve the problem is not just with guns. So guns are the wrong tools to use to solve political problems. But in Africa, by contrast, they tend to use guns as the solution. Guns are not the solution. This is the wrong thing. You cannot use guns to solve political problems. And that's the message we're giving you for the video we're doing today on this show. Guns are not the right thing. Guns kill people. Guns kill innocent people. Guns radicalize the people, okay? So guns are not good. So if you want to use guns, you're thinking that you kill the person today, his brother will rise up tomorrow and want to revenge his death. And that will fuel an endless cycle of violence, which is what we're educating our people to try to avoid. If you're in power, know that you cannot just use guns to silence people. Okay, from Mali, we're going to move now to Cameroon.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was going to take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states, word is born. He even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing. No waiting, this man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
We're going to move now to Cameroon. We're going to report on Cameroon in two stages. One, we're going to talk about the coup d'etat in Cameroon. First, we just want to give you a news roundup in Cameroon. We watch pictures of soldiers who are raping women rampantly. And from what we gather, rape has become an instrument of war. A lot of soldiers of La République are raping women with joyful abandon. This is not good, and we're drawing the attention of the international community that these are crimes against humanity. Raping women is not a good thing. It is becoming a way of life for most of those soldiers to be raping women. And we'll have pictures to show you of these rape victims. You see some of them crying and some of them worrying about infectious diseases, okay? So this is not a good thing. So if you are a female, we want you to watch this video, share it with your friends. Is this a good thing if somebody rapes you? Now tell us. You may think that we're complaining, but we are feminists. We want women to fight for their rights, okay? Raping women is not good. And people who are using this as an instrument of war, we are telling you that it is not a good thing. We don't accept it. And we want the world to know that this is not a good sign. It's bad. Then at the same time, too, we'll show you pictures of a lot of soldiers killing people. This has just become the norm because it looks like the Biya government is just using violence as an instrument of war. You see a lot of these people who are being killed by soldiers as if they are animals. It is a common occurrence. So life is now very, very brutish. It has no meaning. Even in the jungle, lions don't kill people every day, okay? But in this part of the world, it has become a war zone where people are killed. And what is happening now? Most of these people, the Ambazonia boys, they are acquiring better weapons. We are showing you a video where you see the guys celebrating when they acquired some AK-47s. That's now their dream weapon. Most of them want to get AK-47 because they realize that a lot of the military guys in Cameroon are using AK-47s. So they want to go toe-to-toe with most of these soldiers. And whatever people want, you see, the human mind, you cannot suppress the human spirit. The human spirit is indomitable. When people are bent on doing something, no matter the level of violence or threats you use, they're going to do it. And when you watch these videos, you see these young guys acquiring a lot of AK-47s. They are celebrating and sharing these weapons with their friends so that they can use these weapons to fight against the soldiers of La République. And as we speak, a lot of these soldiers who are dying, when you see these pictures, whenever a soldier dies, nobody is happy, okay? What we don't like is the person who sent them to go and die. Most of them go to the war front not because of their choice, but they are forced to go because if they don't go, they will be killed. So they prefer to just go to think they can save their neck. And when they get there, a lot of times tragedy strikes. And that's what we're seeing now, like in this video, when you look at Cameroon, okay? So some of these people don't really know a way out. So it's just like they are stuck. They are just stuck in a prison. They cannot come out, okay? Then even those who are protesting, like you see, like most of Mr. Maurice Kamto's protesters, the government is making it impossible for these people even to protest. They go to houses and prevent young people from coming out. That's a new strategy the Biya soldiers are using. They come to your house. If they know that people are going to protest tomorrow, they'll come and stand by the door to make sure that people don't come out. When you come out, if you're a male, they tell you, go back to your house. If you don't go back, they shoot you. And that's what is happening. So with such threats, you're making peaceful revolution impossible. Protests are actually part of the Cameroonian constitution. When you do not allow people to exercise their constitutional right, then you are forcing them to use guns, violence. And that's what we're telling you. It is a wrong approach. Allow people to protest peacefully. If you make it impossible for people to protest peacefully, then that's when they're going to try to use guns to achieve their goals. Okay, now that we are done with the news roundup, we're going to take you now to the main issue of our show of today. Our show of today, we title it Coup d'etat. These are poison gifts for Mr. Paul Biya and Sisiku Ayok Tabe. As we're coming to the studio today, most of you already told us that there's been a power tussle in the Ambazonia interim government. When Ayoktabe Sisiku was captured in Nigeria at Nira Hotel, Sako Samuel Ekomi became the acting president of the Ambazonia people. Okay? For a while, it was thought that Ayoktabe and his people who were in Nigeria, who were captured in Nigeria, were killed by La République. After 6 months of being in a dungeon in the military headquarters in Yaoundé, finally, the Biya government made people know that these people were not killed. They are alive. And they have to go to court. Eventually, they were even sent to Kondengi. In the meantime, Sako was acting as president of the Ambazonia Revolution, and things were going well. He was always saying good things about Sisiku Ayoktabe. So what transpired? What transpired is, a few days ago, a restoration council decided that Ayoktabe has to be deposed illegally from power. They made a summary impeachment. I don't even know whether they really understand what the word impeachment means. They were saying that he was being impeached for treasonous conduct. When you impeach a politician, the politician needs to present the facts. You yourself, you need to present the evidence of crime. Just saying that this person is guilty of being compromised by La République is the same story you guys are using all the time. When Agbobala Felix, the lawyer who became the brain behind the protest movement that resulted in the Ambazonia Revolution, when he was released, it was rumored that he's been compromised, so he cannot lead the movement anymore. But the people did not provide any evidence that Felix was compromised. Felix was just looking for a peaceful way to resolve this problem. Even though both parties, the Anglophones and the Francophone government, were not really agreeing, he was looking for a form of rapprochement. But the Anglophones started accusing him of being a sellout. What did Felix Agbobala do? He continued on his mission. I myself, I even made some comment. I said, no, don't worry. If the people don't want you to be their leader, it's okay. Continue the revolution. And that's really what Felix Agbobala has really done. He's been traveling all over the world to talk about the plight of Anglophones. He did not relent. He's gone to London, he's gone to Oslo, he's gone to other parts of the world just to talk about the Anglophone problem. So when you watch most of the videos on YouTube, you see his movements and the work he's been doing for human rights. Okay? So he left. Nobody provided any evidence of Felix Agbobala being compromised by La République. But it was just assumed. Assuming things in this way is not a good thing. So he continued his march, and he has been fighting for the freedom of the Ambazonian people. Okay? He's not one of these die-hard hardliners. He was looking for a form of rapprochement. But they kicked him out, and he didn't bother. He continued fighting for his people. They burned his house. He accepted it as the price he has to pay for helping his people. Today, the fate that befell Felix Agbobala is also befalling Sisiku Ayoktabe. This guy has abandoned his job to fight for his people. They made him the leader. But today, a group of guys who are really power hungry have decided to kick him out. So this is not going to stand well. So actually, this is a coup d'etat. And this is the first coup d'etat we're telling you that is taking place in that part of the world. Okay? This is a coup d'etat. It is true, they have not used arms to kick him out, but what they have used is political trickery and money. When you look at somebody like Barrister Fru Nso, is that how a lawyer should behave? If your client has dismissed you, why not just go into the sunset and keep quiet? Why do you have to be talking about your client's business? As a lawyer, there's ethics. You have to follow the rules of ethics. You don't have to talk about your client openly. I don't know about Cameroon jurisprudence. Why do you have to talk about the plight of your customer in public? Is that how you do law? So I don't know what kind of law you guys are doing. I don't even think that's how English law operates. You cannot just be talking about your client's business openly. There should really be what I call client confidentiality. But we think Barrister meets him as a lawyer. He started concocting stories, traveling all over the world, complaining that Sissoko has been compromised by La République. What is the evidence of compromise? This is fake. And what I'm warning you now is, what's going to happen is there's going to be a backlash. Already, even somebody like Cho Ayaba, who has never really been a Sissoko supporter, has weighed in. Cho Ayaba has weighed in and said, as a matter of principle, there should have been no coup d'etat against Sissoko. Mandela came out of jail and led his people. So it's just like a ceremonial rite. He led his people, even though he was old and weak, but they just wanted him to be president, at least for a term, to show that this is our guy. Why is Sissoko not giving this same respect? When he made those few comments from jail, the guys who were outside now started feeling threatened, and they felt that the best thing to do is to get rid of him. But this is not going to go down well. Even Mark Barretta has weighed in. As a matter of principle, this has not been done well. Most of these people in the junta, they call it the Restoration Council, they're just like a group of power-hungry guys. But they're going to pay for this action because it's not going to go well. Because what I foresee is going to happen is that's going to be the downfall of this interim government, okay? The people are going to stop financing it, and now the whole movement is going to be split. The people who are supporting Samuel will be with him. But Sissoko has a very big following. Sissoko is a very charismatic guy, okay? One single individual shone a bright light to this movement. For a long time, SCNC and all this ambassador stuff was going nowhere until Sissoko emerged with his charisma and personality. He was able to take the fight to the enemy. He was traveling all over the world, spending his own money, okay? So he made the Anglophone problem to be known worldwide, okay? And that is what was striking fear and terror in the hearts of Paul Biya and his military junta. They connived with the Buhari regime to arrest him and bring him to Cameroon, thinking that they would kill the spirit of the revolution. But the people are still behind Sissoko Ayoktabi. You look, his whole village has been decimated because they feel that he is the leader. You go to a place like Kembong, the whole place is just filled with grass. It's become a forest. People are not living there anymore. So this is the price that Sissoko has to pay. He has lost his job. He has lost his family. Yet, we want to inflict more pains on this good person. So this is wrong, because human beings always like to do the right thing. By doing this coup d'etat against Sissoko is the wrong thing, okay? And these coup plotters are going to pay the price, okay? They're going to pay the price because Sissoko has a lot of people who love him. I've done this video not to praise Sissoko, but to let you know that the evil that men do shall lie after them, okay? So the evil will be interred with their bones. So Sissoko will rise on top, and what we're going to tell Sissoko from the jail cell, do not worry, your people are behind you. These coup plotters will be vanquished. What they are trying to do will not succeed. You remain the people's president. You remain in the hearts of the people. So know that all is well with you. You still have the right to be the president of Ambazonia, and the people are with you. So don't worry about the nonsense some of this group of ambitious guys are trying to do. So they cannot usurp. Nobody voted for them. So what is going to happen is the same thing that happened in the Palestinian Revolution. The interim government is going to be there. Then there are going to be people who will emerge now who support Sissoko, who are going to form another movement. And I can tell you that it's going to happen in the next few weeks. The people who support Sissoko are going to form another movement, which is going to be the genuine movement of the people of Ambazonia. So that's how that's going to end.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
Then the other coup is for La République. La République is, as we tell you, is making it impossible for people to protest and express themselves. This government doesn't want to change. Already, this morning we saw a list of facilitators of Mr. Biya who are being sanctioned by the US government. The US government is consulting with the Europeans what to do to this government. So people may think that nothing is happening, but we gather intelligence that a lot is happening behind the scenes. There's a coup d'etat that is coming from Mr. Biya. That's going to be his gift. On April 6, 1984, he experienced a failed coup d'etat. This time, things are going to be different because this time there is advanced planning, then there is major support. We don't want to tell you that the US is supporting the coup, but just know that a major world power is supporting this coup. And it's going to happen before Christmas 2019. So watch our words. 2019, December 25th, Mr. Biya will not be in power again. He'll be taken out by a coup d'etat. And we're already gathering a lot of intelligence on what is happening. We don't like coups, just like we told you about the case of Sissoco Ayoktabe. We don't even want a coup against Mr. Biya. We want him to resign peacefully and leave the presidency of Cameroon. But if he decides not to resign, that's what is going to happen because the people have realized that there is no other legal approach that they can take to unseat this individual from power. The guy is entrenched and he doesn't want to leave. So the only way out now is to use the gun and fight. And already there's an American billionaire who is ready to finance the coup plotters. So I've gathered all this intelligence. They have a lot of money. And they're going to be training people soon who will descend and take over that place. They've made all their plans. So it's not going to be like the September 6, 1984 coup d'etat. This one is so well orchestrated. These guys are mercenaries. They have money. And they have the money they're going to give Mr. Biya a big shock and a big surprise. They're going to descend there and it's something he has never experienced before. Shock and awe. The bomb they're going to blow up near Etudi. The noise will be so loud that even Cameroonian soldiers have never heard such a loud noise in their whole lives in the military. The bomb is going to be very big. They're going to blow that thing up, boom, boom, boom. The average soldier, when they hear that sound, they're going to run away. People will know that this is serious danger. So I'm giving the Cameroonian people advanced information. So it's going to happen, and they're going to take this guy out. The coup is so well prepared. There is advanced planning. Then there is a lot of support. You'll be surprised that the American government will just sit. They will do nothing. They will do nothing to help, okay? Then everything is so well strategized. The mistakes that these guys made last time, no. They'll take over the radio. They'll take over CRTV at the same time. But who is going to be the coup leader? From what I gather, the coup leader is right now in Konengi. So I'm giving you guys a lot of intelligence that you don't even know. The coup leader, the person who is going to be chosen to be the new president of Cameroon when the coup is done, is in Konengi. He is not Maurice Kamto. He is not Sissoco Ayoktabe either. What's his name? I will hold that for the next show. I'm going to tell you. So these coup guys are going to break into Konengi. They will release the individual who is going to lead the new movement for the Third Republic of Cameroon. So I'm just giving you some of this information so that you should know. When it happens, don't be like, oh, I did not know. No, I always gather this intelligence. I share it with my team, and we broadcast it to you. So this coup is in the making, and it has the support of the international community. So right now, it's just a question of playing for time, okay? These guys are slow, but they are very methodical the way they approach things. So don't be in Cameroon and be naive that nothing is happening. A lot is happening behind the scenes. And so if I were Mr. Biya, I would be worried. But if you are suicidal the way Mr. Paul Biya is, then you just want to die in office. Mobutu thought he could be suicidal. What happened? A few minutes before they picked him up, that's when he started running away. And I gather that's what will happen in Cameroon. When those guys are on the street, it may be too late for Mr. Biya to run because they're already mapping things well. Okay? They're mapping things very, very well. They have very, very tough, big guns. Most of those soldiers are going to run away when they start bombing because it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. And I wish we can avoid this bloodshed, which is why I'm taking the time to broadcast this message because I want to avoid it. I don't want this coup to happen. I don't want it to succeed. I'm against coup d'etat, okay? But I'm sharing this information because those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. And let them take precautions. Because like the soldiers and these people who are behind this guy, like already I tell you about the sanctions. Paul Atanganji, his name is on the list. And that's one guy who says he's on this list. Mr. Biya himself is on the list. Issa Chiroma is on the list. Okay? You need more people? Okay. Rene Sadi is on the list. Okay? Kavaya Jibril is on the list. So these are some of the people that I know that I saw on the list that the Americans are drawing up. So if Famen Dongo is on the list, so you need more people. So these are some of the people that are being targeted already. Then even the military junta, you have people like Rene Meka, they're already on the list. And so you better be warned because it's not going to be funny. Because they're going to get some of these people and so it's not going to be a funny thing. So we're just warning you because it's going to be shock and awe, okay? It's going to be shock and awe. So we're telling you, be careful, okay? Thank you very much for watching our show. We're happy with what we brought to you today. We're happy that you've been able to watch us and listen. So coup d'etat, coup d'etat. Coup d'etat is coming. We've given you the information. So those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see and take precautions. So we thank you very much for watching this show. We're encouraging you to subscribe and subscribe and subscribe. This is the only way we can bring revolution to Africa. Okay? We are not happy with what is happening in Africa. You are not happy either. So together, let us work to change things. Every revolution begins with education. So what we're doing on this show is to take time to educate you so that we can change the motherland for good. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our show.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.
Sengi pom yangi meseni mawe na brampona mabobe antolo wante we barato si mapulo na tomoto tomore alangweti mbami miendi mongondolo amene monde na bini tulangoi na obodi numba ndoloi wande we bara ndolo na maleye wandoloi wapomale mamoi
ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas
no meya wadineta abenyongi na wo langemo panti windoro panti winyam namasinga pomwendi amabuli ya sonei namasinga pomtulungi namatongi wangi na wandi wimbano
ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas 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 automate nakosa automate nakosa automate nakosa automate nakosa ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas ça chauffe ici ça chauffe là-bas
benyongi na dola mebe musima tolonge longo di bendi wa bube paramente be wanti wimbai nasingi wakandoro wini wa mule mamwami wini ba ulu heramu wanti mbana budino iwa wena mosinga bube wanti wimbana ulumbana nasingi pona wande wimule mamwame tomboto tomati tipongi na numato pe mambo mabube wameme monde wimbando nasingi pona batu bali elande mana monte beso de bito mbana nasingi pona binyo beso lumawe mama pome yambana ulu numbana singi na tubembana lingene mbana eselemba 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 nasingi pona binyo beso lumumba ni monda singi ya semba na bube gamina na mene de bonda langwe ya binyona na mene pono lo langwe ya bina na mene pono lo langwe ya binyona na mundi mara baina na wayeno amu singa na moy amu singa amu singa amu singa bobe kame de bese bani bani de matinde de sombana ma de so windi mbana mutte mane manu di ele tombana na singa